up, everybody? Welcome to the first installment of the Pan-Africanism Strikes Back. I want to take this opportunity to explain. I want to take cold, but I wanted to take a second to stop and make a video that I feel is very timely, and it basically goes out to all African people throughout the diaspora. And the message of today's video is just, do not get discouraged and stay hopeful. One thing I'm noticing is that we have this beautiful movement where a lot of African people who were born in America are, they're really waking up to realize that Africa is a place, their motherland, their homeland, which is something I think we all knew, but they are actually developing this desire to go to Africa and learn about who they are. A lot of people are desiring to move there. A lot of people want to go visit to see what it's like. A lot of people are just becoming more and more intrigued as the day goes on, as the time goes on, and they're just like, man, Africa is more than just a place on a map of the world. It's more than just a place that you see on infomercials with people begging for money. It's becoming real to them, and they're using their dollars to get on planes and go there and explore the cultures. Also, you have a lot of Africans who are born in Africa, native Africans born on the continent in the various countries. I'm just using Africa because I'm not about to sit up and go all over every single colonial country that, line that was created. So Africa, everyone over there who was born there, they're Africans. Everyone here who was born here who come from Africa, they're Africans as well. But I'm seeing a lot of native Africans, continental Africans, really reaching out to African Americans. I use that term because I don't feel like I've been calling it that for so many decades. It's kind of feels more natural, but I understand that. I believe that Africans born in the United States are not Americans, but African Americans, so people understand what I mean. But they're reaching out to African Americans. Both sides, in my opinion, are seeking to have this bond now, right? We are looking at each other, and it really seems like it's like we're at a poker table and we're looking at each other from across the table, and we're like, what's your next move? You gonna fold? You gonna call? You want to read them and weep? What you want to do? And this is a beautiful thing. But what I'm seeing is one thing that black folks have that I feel is common among all African people throughout the globe. Sometimes we lack patience. When we see things that we want, we want it right now, right? More so on the African American side than the continental African side, but I believe it's happening on both sides, right? Because in Africa now you have African people who are, rich. They're not poor. They're not living in slums. A lot of people have made a life for themselves. A lot of people are coming into what is called the middle class, the upper middle class. I mean, I got some brothers over on the continent who got banged, right? And one thing that comes with the acquisition of wealth is impatience. We have less patience. We want things quickly. We develop a spirit of instant gratification. Why do we have to wait? We work hard. If we want something, it should be delivered to us on the spot. And the thing is, Africans in America, African Americans, we have that from inception. We have that all the time from birth, no matter what our income is looking like. We want it now. So I give the message today to not get discouraged, because this is a slow process. Building up this bond of brotherhood is not something that's going to be perfect. It's not something that's going to be quick. And it's not something that's going to be easy. Everyone's still learning. You got to give your brothers a chance to learn about you. You have to take the time to learn about them. And they have to give you the chance to learn, they have to give you the chance to learn about them. I'm seeing a lot of things on YouTube I'm seeing, hold on, airplane. I'm seeing a lot of things on YouTube. I'm seeing people like my brother Dynas. He's going to different countries. I mean, he's spending his money to go to different countries in West Africa, learn about the history. Not only learn about the history, record some of the history, and share that on YouTube. With that comes a lot of risk, right? There comes a lot of benefit and there's a large risk. What I'm seeing now is a lot of people they're looking at his videos. A lot of Africans who were born on the continent, they're looking at his videos. Many of them are like, yes, brother Dynas, good work. Keep it up, keep the videos coming. But then some of the brothers are like, well, I'm native to this place and that's not accurate. And that's not this and that's not right? But it's like, okay, bro, we get it. We get that maybe, that person who's being interviewed, their perspective is different from yours, right? They're from the other side, right? Of a something that has carried on for centuries. But you have to understand that when brothers travel to different countries, we are at the mercy of whoever we're running into at the time, whoever has the time and the energy to sit down and give us interviews, talk to us about different things, right? And it's not that we're interviewing the person to take a side with them, but we're trying to share different perspectives, right? So that when other African American people go to the continent, they understand, look, not only is it this perspective, but there's also this perspective. And the overall thing I think we should be encouraging each other to do is when you get there, don't get involved in the little infighting and the bickering that has gone on for hundreds of years. More or less, you want to stay neutral and you want to try to build with both sides so that it can spread the atmosphere of unity, right? So you got to be patient and don't get discouraged. Don't think that if we do something wrong or we take something out of context or we post something that you may not agree with. We're not doing that to hurt you. We're not doing that to make you feel bad. We're not doing that to even take a side. Because if Dynas is anything like me, he loves all African people all over the world, and he just wants everybody to come together. I'm a Pan-Africanist. I just want black people to come together despite their differences so that we can build a better future for our children, which I believe is a black future, which is an African future, right? We have to be very patient. We have to be very patient. It's the same thing that the ADOS and the African Americans here are doing with Africans who are immigrating to America from the continent. Those guys have no patience. Those guys want to blame, our brothers and sisters. They want to blame them for their problems. They get discouraged. Oh, America's not giving us what we want. So how can we get what we want, right? And many of them believe that the way to get what they want is to basically go after their own brothers and sisters to show the white man that we're on his side. That's bullshit. But it all comes from the same place. It comes from a place of discouragement. And that's why I'm giving the message today. Do not get discouraged. Everything is going the way it's supposed to. Everything is coming together like it never has before. Okay? We're going to get together. We're going to come over there. We're going to come out there. We're going to get our money together. We're going to build with our brothers over there. We're going to buy up some property. We're going to have some kids, raise up some babies and raise them the right way and just really fortify the continent, because that's what our role is in Africa. If you ever want to know what the African American's role is in Africa, the only thing he should be there for is to be of some use. The only thing he should be there for is to be like some glue. Where do you need some glue? Where do you need something patched up that's not quite strong enough? That's our role there. Our role is there to fortify. Like when you eat some food, you might have a good diet, but then you take a vitamin to fortify that diet. That vitamin is there to, heal or to make up for any deficiencies in any type of vitamins that you might be having, right? You might be lacking a little bit of vitamin A. You might be lacking a little bit of vitamin B. And that vitamin is there to remedy that, to fix that, to get you up to the proper levels, right? That's what African Americans are. That should be our role. That should be our mindset. We're not coming over there to take over anything. Your mindset shouldn't be to go over there and take over anything. Your mindset should be, hey, bro, I'm here. What do you need me to do? But at the same time, the African on the continent, the continental brother, his mindset has to be, look, I'm going to welcome this brother in and allow him to be of use to me. Not to view him like some colonizer, not to view him like someone who's coming over there to take over what you have. That's impossible. That's impossible. How can anyone take over what you have when everything you have is like something we're going to gain and everything we gain is like something you're going to have, right? I know it might sound idealistic, you know, to the Negropeans, the African people in America who have the white mindset, and the African people in Africa who want to be white and also have the European mindset, you know, because in reality, there are coons all over the place. There are blacks who want to be white in America. There are blacks who want to be white in Africa. And these are the ones who spread the divisive rhetoric. These are the ones who try to get us at each other's throat. These are the ones who, you know, you see them on the bottom of a post or video, and they just have to say that one little negative thing that's going to erupt into a humongous debate that serves none of us, right? You guys, we all on the low end. It don't matter if you got money. You still black. You still getting treated like shit. You still getting discriminated against. It don't matter. So are you going to come together to come up, or are you going to sit up and be like, that guy got that one little piece of our history wrong, so fuck him, he's a colonizer, he's working with the white man, he has this elitist mindset, blah, blah, blah. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. I know there's one guy, I forgot his name, but he was posting about Dynas. Oh, that's why he became a prince, so he could rule Africa. Look, man, if Dynas became a prince, it's because somebody saw fit to make him one, right? And I'm happy for him. Am I trying to be a prince? Hell no, I'm not. But he is, and that's what he is. And if I have to go to where he's from and I have to humble myself and acknowledge his role in that community, I will do that with a smile on my face, because it is no knock against me. It is no knock against me. I've been under the rulership of the white man for my whole life. Why am I going to knock? Why am I going to get angry if a black man rules me, but I'm not angry if a white man rules me? It's stupid. Why is a person from Africa angry? They let the Chinese come in. They trying to take everything from you. You don't have any power to stop them because the government is selling you out, but then you're going to get mad at the African American? It sounds absolutely stupid. If anything, I'm going to welcome him in because he's like me. Everything I get, he going to get. Everything he get, I'm going to get. And we're going to get treated the same way because there's no way to differentiate. If you have African Americans come over and they start a law firm, you're going to get mad at them because they're African Americans starting a law firm? Shit, that just means you got an opportunity to get a job too because you black like them, and really ain't nobody going to be able to tell the difference. But all of it comes from being discouraged. I got brothers in Ghana right now. Who, you know, they experienced some treatment that they didn't appreciate. You know, they feel like, you know, maybe the Africans in Ghana are treating them unfairly, right? And they're African too. And they're over there and they're just kind of like, man, this is not right. This part is not right. This part is not fair, et cetera, et cetera. But then I have brothers in Ghana who are loving it. You know, everything is going good. And that's what you got to understand. Nothing's going to be perfect. And something that one man can walk into a room and experience nothing but, nothing but pain. And another man walk into that same room and experience nothing but joy. But that's everywhere you go. That's everywhere you go. The good times will be there. The bad times won't last forever. You're going to have ups and downs no matter where you go. And much of that is determined by your approach. What is your perspective? How are you looking at the situation? We have a lot of people romanticizing the situation, romanticizing Africa. And Africa is a beautiful place, and it deserves to be romanticized. But at the same time, you got to understand, you're going to have to work no matter where you are, whether you're in the United States or you in Africa, whether you're in Kenya, Ghana, Tanzania, Cameroon, Liberia, wherever, right? So the message of today is just like, do not be discouraged, man. There are normal people out here. Like, I consider myself a normal person with a balanced view. And there's a lot of brothers and sisters out here on both sides. There ain't even no sides. It's just one side. But there's a lot among us who have that balanced point of view. The people who don't expect too much, but also are willing to give whatever they can to make things work. You know what I'm saying? The first thing we all need to do, we need to restore that African mindset. And a lot of people think, oh, when he talks about the African mindset, he wants me to be like African. Look, there's a lot of people in Africa who are born there who don't have an African mindset. Trust me, I'm seeing a lot of wigs and weaves and skin bleaching and everything going on. So that tells you that having an African mindset is not something that is going to just happen by osmosis. It's not just something that's going to happen because of your geographical location, right? It's really something that you have to build inside yourself and nurture and feed, right? Whichever wolf is fed the most is gonna survive, right? Either you're gonna feed your African mindset or you're gonna feed your Negropean mindset. But we got people running around talking about I'm a king, I'm a queen, and Nah. You ain't no queen and you ain't no king if you don't first understand that the number one job and function of a king or a queen is to sacrifice and to serve their people, right? If you ain't going there with a mindset to serve, then what the fuck are you going there for? You can't go somewhere with a mindset to rule but not have a mindset to serve. That's why every time I go to the continent, my mindset is one of service. And people are like, man, you doing this? And you got people who say, oh, they only fucking with you because your money, da-da-da. And guess what? And if they are, so what? But guess what? If they fucking with me for my money, they fucking with me. But they're not fucking with you, right? They're not gonna give you they're not gonna give you the time of day. And so now you're limited. I ain't never seen a situation where somebody came up and didn't invest nothing. I've never seen that. You have to invest something, whether it's time or money or effort or something, right? A lot of people don't want to invest nothing. They talk about the African don't like you. Look, man, in the 90s, I watched white people join African tribes. And it wasn't because the African people was worshiping them. They joined the tribe because they like, dude, this white dude came over here and put in a gang of work. This man lived in a village. Not brother, because ain't no white man, my brother. But this dude came over here, this female came over here and put in a bunch of work and put in a bunch of time and effort. And they felt like that person had earned the right to be counted as one of them. You can do the same thing, but you have to come in with a mindset to serve, right? I'm talking about, look, if somebody like, bro, I need you to come out to Kenya or South Africa and I just need you to help me dig ditches all day. Hey, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Because to me, the reward is to be shoulder to shoulder with my brother, putting in work. Period. That's the reward for me. And once you understand that the reward, that being together is the true reward, being amongst each other is the true reward, then you're going to understand that. And a lot of that comes from perspective. See, I've been beat up by the cops. I've been in jail. I've had my life under threat. You know what I'm saying? I've had freaking cops and COs in jail. Man, we gonna fucking kill your ass. This kind of stuff. Call me nigger, spit at me, spit in my face, all types of stuff. See, the people out here trying to throw rocks and throw stones and be divisive are the ones who've never been at that point. They've never hit that zone. You got elitist African Americans and elitist Africans, right, on both sides. And every chance they get, they trying to put down this beautiful thing that we're trying to create every time. But that's because they've never suffered and they've never struggled. Just because you African don't mean you struggle. That don't mean you suffered. I went to Nigeria. There's some bougie ass Nigerians over there, man, who ain't never been hungry one night, who look down on other Nigerians right in their place. And I'm not singling out Nigerians because this takes place all over. I'm talking about just from my experience, right? That bougie ass Nigerian got more in common with this bougie ass African American than he got in common with me, who came from the bottom, who didn't work my way to where I'm at, never got nothing handed to me. Who's went hungry, you know what I'm saying? Went 3-4 days without eating. And I know that there's a brother over in Africa who is just like me, who got the same mindset as me, who's like, I'm just happy to see this brother coming because he's one of them. Because when I see him, I see myself. And that's the mindset that we got to cultivate amongst each other. We got to start looking like Tupac said. We got to see him as a brother. We got to see each other as brothers, instead of two distant strangers. And I know they listening to Tupac in Africa and they listening to here. But what's the difference between listening and hearing and application, right? Are you hearing what this man is saying, or are you just are you really listening to what this man said? That is a line that will go on for centuries, forever. I'm not a stranger. I'm your brother. And you are not a stranger. You're my brother. And brothers and sisters and family, what family have you ever been around where there wasn't a little bit of arguing? What family have you ever been around where there wasn't a little bit of miscommunication, right? But what family have you been around that didn't come together when the time came, when the going got tough, who didn't come together and get up on some hustling and move on up to another level? The only ones you see that don't do that, they don't last. They fall apart. And I really think that we can come together and build something. And I really think that the desire to come together is stronger than the desire to be apart. And as a man, you should ask yourself, what do you want to leave for your children? Do you want to leave this animosity? Do you want to leave this fake ass division? Because this division is fake as hell. Because how can people be divided who been divided? You can't be divided further. So the thing is, what legacy are you going to leave for your children? One of building and coming together and forming a bond, or a legacy of stupidity and divisiveness where we keep on getting our ass kicked by white supremacy, and instead of when he hit us, when white supremacy beat us, instead of turning around and beating them back and standing up tall, when they beat us, we go over there and kick our brother, right? We gonna be the house Negro, the one who the master slap him and then he go out to the field Negro house and kick their ass and raise hell out there? Or we gonna turn around and grab his foot and break his fucking foot off and stand up like we supposed to? I don't care what your fucking opinion is. I don't care what the fuck happened in your country. I don't give a fuck, honestly, if you don't got that mindset, because none of it matters if you don't have the right mindset going forward. It don't matter, because that's what your ancestors did. And if your ancestors was divided up over stupid shit, then they were stupid. And guess what? You need to improve. You need to succeed where they failed. And that's ancestors on both sides, over here and over there. Our ancestors didn't do everything right. They fucked up. But they had us so that we can learn from their mistakes and we can learn from their successes. Are we gonna learn? Are you stupid? Do you have the capacity to absorb knowledge and look at history and make and take action in a way to where history will not repeat itself in you? Or are you going to keep on living but a bunch of generational curses and a bunch of generational bad decisions? Ain't no generational curses. There's only generational bad decisions. You going to keep making those bad decisions? Or are you going to take a second and put your pride and your ego to the side and be like, I can build this, we can build together better than we can apart? If you can understand that together we are stronger, then there's a chance. Then you're a real man. You're a real man who should be a leader and take leadership. Are you going to sit up and let some petty little stupid little gripe or complaint stand in your way of something much greater? Till the next time, peace.